coming and he's gonna be chasing after someone. He's gaining on you, so you better look alive. He's busy revving up the powerful Mach 5. And when the odds are against him and there's dangerous work to do, bet your life's eraser to see it through. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go!
Welcome back to Teresa's Garage. We are coming to you live today from the National Championship Air Races right here in Reno, Nevada at the Reno State Airport. And with me on this segment is a female mechanic for one of the race teams. It's Santina Estrada.
Yes.
Santina, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I was so glad you came in early so that we can actually chat about so many great things that you've done. So why don't you give my listeners a little insight to how you got involved, first off, with mechanics?
I mean, I've always had a pull towards aviation, just, I don't know, something inside of me, I guess. And I really, really want to be a pilot. But I knew the smart thing was you need to know how this stuff works properly. So I put myself through school, and at first I started working on experimental aircraft, helping owners with their home builds.
Sure.
And then I got a job at Minjet in Hollister, and we maintain Ed Knoll Racing. So now I'm part of a race crew.
Well, and it's not something that you just you dreamed about as a child. You were you later in, and not later in your life, but earlier in your life, you decided, I don't like doing these things anymore. I want to do something different.
Yeah, the regular odd and end jobs, and it was just kind of like, all right, Santina, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Exactly.
What are you going to do with yourself? So, I had to make a decision, and so, like I said, I put myself through school, and I finished, and now I'm doing what I love.
Yeah, and you've been
really
doing this
awesome.
for 2 years, and you've been at the air races 2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
So you actually, the first year that you were turning wrenches, you actually came to the air races.
Yeah.
Now, so what exactly are you doing for the aircraft? I mean, for the pilot and the aircraft.
Well, I crew for him. So as far as I marshal him, I pre-flight his plane, I post-flight as soon as he gets back in. We work on these jets all year long with, just different modifications. Some of them take months and months. Some of them are, just a real quick fix. But, it really is a long process.
Now, you were telling me that a friend or a classmate was the one who actually said, hey, you got to go work over here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I think is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so the first year, how did you feel the first year being here at the air races?
You just, I don't know. I kind of felt really proud of myself, actually. Yeah, because it was, just to see the modifications that I've done and how they enhanced the plane and, just how that all worked out together, and just to see it flying and to be able to have my children, see what I've done. That was great. I loved that feeling.
Well, and now this year, you're a seasoned, so
yes.
you're not new to the whole aspect.
Yeah.
Now, you were telling me that you actually did a modification on the aircraft to make it cooler for the pilot. So why don't you want to go into that, or is that a secret?
Well, the stuff we took out is kind of a secret.
Okay.
But as far as, compensating for the weight and balance and making sure that our center of gravity is where it needs to be, we gave him a pretty cool air conditioning system that instead of going through the canopy and, kind of showering over him, it's directly blowing on him. It has its own independent battery system, so there's nothing pulling from the engine, you know what I mean? So he doesn't have to worry about that interfering at all. And he loves it.
Oh, I bet.
He loves it. He's usually, when pilots come out of the plane, they're like drenched in sweat. You got to run over there with the water bottle, and he's just kicking back.
Yeah. Well, and how hot can it get in the cockpit?
Oh gosh. Yesterday, my pilot left his brakes on.
Oh.
So just from towing from the line.
Job security.
Yeah. And getting back into the pit, I was in the cockpit for not even 3 minutes, and I was drenched in sweat. That was a bad idea.
I'll tell you, when I was a school bus mechanic and you get in working on inside of a bus and it's 105 degrees outside, it gets to 130 degrees in there in a very short
Real
amount
quick.
of time,
Mhm.
and you come out of there and you don't realize that you have some heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
So
You need some water.
yeah, you need a lot of water. You need to sit down. So now, here at the air races, what does it take? What the preparation do you have to do as a mechanic for the aircraft? I mean, we have different altitude than you're used to,
Yes.
so you have to retune the aircraft. I mean, there's so many things that go into prepping that aircraft. Even the fuel.
Yes.
I mean, fuel temperature plays a huge role in this.
Yep. Well, first thing, like every morning when I come in, I do a pre-flight on my plane. I go from the nose all the way around and back to, around the other side. I climb into the intake and check all of my compressor blades. I look down the exhaust, make sure all my fluids are fine, my tires have proper pressure, my battery's hooked up. That's important.
That kind of is important.
And, I have to look around the whole plane, make sure all my screws are tight, make sure everything is how it's supposed to be.
And like you said, your pilot's life are in your hands.
Yes. And I need to make sure that, he can come back, and him or her, they can come back and go home to their family.
Now,
and that is my responsibility.
Well, it is your responsibility, and you have to take it very seriously.
Definitely.
It's not something that you want to just not prepare yourself for. I mean, even as a mechanic, you have to be mentally prepared to do your job and stay focused, extremely focused.
Definitely. And sometimes it takes a lot of planning. Sometimes, jobs take longer than you would think, just because you have to plan and prepare for the unexpected.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you can't think about everything, but when certain things happen, you're like, okay, this might be, this is something we might have to prepare for.
Right.
So you're like, okay, let me add that to the list.
Sure. Now, you have more aspirations. You don't want to just be the mechanic.
No.
You also want to be sitting in the pilot's seat.
Yes, I do.
And I don't blame you. I like my hair to fly in the wind as well. So tell us, where you want to go from here. I mean, what do you want to, you're mechanicking. How long are you going to do that? And are you taking your pilot's license tests? I mean, are you training to be a pilot?
Not yet. That's something, I've been up in the L-39. I've been up in, a Citabria, Cessna, a few different, little planes, but I haven't actually taken that step to go and get my license.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm hesitating. I just think
You're just not ready.
Yeah, I think I make myself a little nervous and sometimes overthink, but.
Oh, don't we all?
Yeah.
I'm the same way, believe me. My friends tell me, quit overthinking.
My boss tells me that all the time. He's like, you could have been done 20 minutes ago if you weren't thinking so much. I was like, listen.
But you know what? You want to be good at what you do.
Exactly. You got to get it done right the first time, because sometimes you don't get that second chance.
Sometimes you don't get that second chance. And for you to be doing what you're doing is incredible in itself.
Thank you.
No, I admire you, because there's more and more women are getting into motorsports and racing of all kinds. And I've had several of them on my show, and my co-host actually has a website called Car Chicks. It's all about women in motorsports, and she actually right now has a calendar that is going a contest, and all the calendar girls who win the top 12, and then they pick an alternate, and it becomes like the 13th.
Oh, okay.
And so that would be something I think that the women in air racing could enter.
Yeah.
It's cool, because some of these ladies one's a fast motorcycle. She's actually a motorcycle racer.
Oh, wow.
And she gets up into 200 miles an hour on that thing.
Moly.
Not for me, but Michelle, she does an awesome job. There's women who just love motorsports that have a picture with their car, or mechanics. So I'm going to have to turn you guys on to that, so you guys can actually go in there, and then you have to go out and get votes.
Yeah. Okay, we could do that.
Yeah, I'm serious. No, it's fun. Her website last year, or I should say, she did it on Facebook, and in 2 days she had over 30 million hits.
Oh, goodness.
Facebook shut her down, thinking that she was hacked.
Oh, goodness.
So that's something you guys definitely need to go to.
Oh, yeah, that'd be really fun.
So now, have you been successful so far in the time trials?
Yeah, we got first pole position. We are within 1.25 miles of the speed limit.
Oh, Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm fingers crossed. I don't think anybody can really slide in there.
No, I don't think so, because they got
we'll
to what,
see.
11 o'clock tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, there's certain slots that you can go in and do your time trials.
Yes.
So now, what is the record with the aircraft that you work on? I mean, what's the past record? Have they won bronze? Have they won gold?
We have not won yet.
Oh,
we get
yet.
into gold. Yes, we get into gold, but we have not taken it home. I believe we'll do it this year. I mean, that margin is really, really small.
Well, with you behind the wrench, I can almost guarantee that this is definitely a winner.
Thank you.
So is there something, you guys have sponsors?
No, I actually don't think so.
So you guys
I think
are self-sponsored?
Yeah, it's my private owner, yeah.
Wow, that is good. Now, where are you guys out of?
Out of Hollister.
Hollister, California?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how long has he been a pilot? And what is the pilot's name?
My pilot's name is Rick Van Dam, and he has been a pilot for many, many years.
And how long has he been with the air races? I mean, racing in the air races.
Honestly, I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, that's okay. We can find that out because Dan McGee's here, and he's a wealth of knowledge. And I'm sorry, I don't have that knowledge either. I don't really keep track of every pilot all the years. Every year I get to know one or the other, but not all of them. So, we're coming up into our next commercial break. I want to thank you for coming on, and great success and good luck with your pilot's license.
Thank you very much.
I hope to see you out here one day flying the course.
Because,
coming up next, we have a female pilot is going to be my next guest.
Yes, I'm excited to hear that.
Yes, and you can stay with us, absolutely. And then we've got another pilot that's coming in on our last segment, and hopefully the CEO of the Air Races will be here with us momentarily, and we'll let you know when that happens. Anyway, coming up, we are midpoint into the show. Don't turn that dial, because Teresa's Garage will come back, and you will want to hear the next story. I'm not going to tell you who it is or what she does, but she is a pilot, and she races here at the Reno Air Races. So we're coming to you live from the Stead Airport at Reno, Nevada. We'll be back.